How's Alex Graham progressing?
Good. He had a good bye week. That kind of worked out perfect for him. Able to get a lot of reps, and we'll keep repping him. Hope to try to get him ready to help us here in the near future. I don't know if it'll be this week, but it's actually been a little faster than we expected, given the nature of the injury, and so healing's gone well. And we're going to get him ready as fast as we can.
Things trending in the right direction for Elijah. So hopefully plays you.
Yeah, I think I think he's got a chance. I mean, it's not a shoe-in. It's just kind of been a nagging injury that he's dealt with. One of those things you just try to manage as best you can. So I mean, the bye week was definitely helpful. We're in a better place than we were certainly a couple weeks ago, but just got to see how the rest of the week plays out.
I know their defensive line was a huge challenge for the offensive line last year in Ann Arbor. What have you seen on film from their defensive front?
Yeah.
How do you feel about your offensive line, especially with some of the injuries?
Yeah, I mean they're good. They're different. They had just the two dominant inside players last year, and they've got very good inside players this year too. But those guys were obviously exceptional players. Their experience at the edges, got guys that have played a while for them, have made a lot of plays. And then you just see their depth. I mean, they have a lot of really good depth. Guys, they're able to rotate guys, able to play multiple guys. If somebody's out, they can replace them pretty quickly. They can keep guys fresh. So you kind of see a lot of different contributors on the defensive front. Yeah, I mean, I think we're in a much different place on the O-line than we were, at this time last year with some of our depth and I think some of the improvements that we've made. So we got a really good group. I got a really good group. It should be a fun battle.
Coach, you said the secondary had done a really good bye week. What's your approximation of the work they put in over the last week?
Yeah, I think they've worked hard, and I mean we've gotten some people, kind of back, healthier, more reps, which it's been good to have a few more bodies out there throughout the week. And yeah, we attacked everything head on. Things that we had to improve at, leveraging the ball on the perimeter, being aggressive in coverage, but making sure that we're doing it within what's being called on any given Saturday, making sure we're doing a really good job with our communication. So we've worked hard on it, and I think the guys have improved. They've been very intentional about their work, and now we got to do it all week and go put it on the field on Saturday.
Have you had many interactions with Mark Sanchez?
Yeah, all I'm gonna say about that is just, prayers with everybody involved. I don't know much about the situation, probably more than anybody else, but it sounds like a really tough situation, and just hope everybody involved is okay.
What have you seen from your tight ends, running backs in kind of pass protection and how they've done there this season?
We've been pretty steady. I think we've done a good job. For the most part, protecting our guys back there. We've got some experienced players that understand what we're doing and how we're trying to protect. Guys have been pretty physical, but we're going to have a certainly good challenge on that this week and in the coming weeks as we play some of these really, really good defenses. And so, I think it's been a strength of our team up to this point. Got to keep it going.
Is Willie the backup center, or has someone else been getting reps there with Kalen doing that?
Kalen would be right now. Kalen Miller would be. I mean, his versatility we knew was going to be important for us at some point. So, with Kalen and Willie and then a couple of the older guys have the ability to slide in there and do it too. So we've, you don't ever want to lose anybody, especially guys at that position, but we're fortunate that our depth there is different than it's been in years past.
I was going to say the center position has so much responsibility.
Yeah.
How much more of a challenge is that when you have to replace that? Maybe does the bye help?
The bye helps, and having a really experienced, backup center helps. John Ray's played a lot of football. He's played in a lot of big games, and that was definitely some of the intrigue when we brought him here, is that we felt like one way or another, whether he was a starter or not, he was going to be very valuable for this football team. So, and he stepped in and did a lot of really good things in the Illinois game. But I think the chance to get all the snaps, to really dive into the preparation on a little bit different level when he's a starter here and having multiple weeks has been to our advantage. And I've had times where I've lost centers before. I don't know if I've ever had this accomplished of a second option. So I think I expect us to. I don't expect us to be an issue, or expect that to be an issue for us.
How do you challenge the defensive line this week?
We're pretty transparent with our guys on what our plan to win is, on what our opponents do well, what we have to do to neutralize that, and what we have to do to affect the ball game. And we're very transparent with all of our groups, all sides of the ball, every single week. So I don't know that it's it's a constant 1 week challenge every single week here, and I don't know that changes a lot, but certainly I think the excitement to play in this game against a really good group, coming off the bye week, and coming off a game where we weren't as impactful as we expect to be there, our guys will be ready to play.
Coach, I'm not sure if you saw, but Sharon Moore said this game was a sellout only because Michigan's coming. So are you kind of expecting a pretty good, solid home field advantage? He's making it seem like there's going to be a lot of Michigan fans in the stands.
Yeah, I don't really care what he says. We're looking forward to playing.
You mentioned you wanted to get back to fundamentals this week. What did that look like for the defensive line specifically?
It's work. I mean, it's addressing some of the areas where we want to continue to prove. It's continuing to build depth. It's continuing to work these guys in different scenarios against different schemes, and it's just a build up. And so yeah, I mean, there's a laundry list of things, kind of like I said last week, that you lay out for every group when you get to one of these bye weeks. And so the D-line, no different. I mean, we want to be able to close that space in the run game. We want to be able to affect the passer, whether that's sacks, whether that's hits, whether that's impacting the pocket. And we want to be able to rotate guys and do it consistently. And so we spend a lot of time on that. We've been able to do that for the majority of this season. And no matter what's happened before, good or bad, we need to do it really good this week, and that's all that matters right now.
What stands out about Bryce Underwood at quarterback?
He's a really good player. He's obviously, he's young, but he's getting in some unique situations here for a young guy that'll, I'm sure, be good for his development. He certainly, you see the physical talent, his ability to move, his arm strength. He's a big kid. So yeah, he's doing a good job. Talented guy that we're going to have to corral, and a guy that we need to put pressure on. We need to make him execute. That's the name of the game for any quarterback at any level, especially in these big games. So, he's a really good player that we have a lot of respect for, and we need to impact him as much as we can.
Let's do one more.
Coach, when you have a big game just like this, how do you get the team to not really focus on the pressure that's coming with the game and just treat it like a normal game?
Yeah, we don't buy into much of the pressure stuff. It's just not like that in our walls. I think ours is the excitement to play. I think it's understanding an opportunity like a game like this provides, where you're two of the more iconic brands in college football history that get a chance to do battle. You get a chance to do it here in the Coliseum. Like these are special games. These are games that you remember. These are games that I think provide great opportunities for players, for fans, for everyone. And so yeah, I think you embrace it. It's not pressure, because this is what we do. Like this is what we wait all freaking year for games like this, for opportunities like this. So no, we're excited. We're gonna go prepare our ass off and go play.